to all our viewers out there. My name is Heinrich Neetling and welcome to Mathematical Literacy. In today's lesson, we'll focus on instruction and assembly diagrams. Let us start with our first question. Alright, so in the first question, I've indicated here that the diagram shows the assembly diagrams for a floor lamp. Right? Carefully study it to answer the question that follow. Now guys, let's take some time out and look at what is presented to us. So looking at our diagram, we'll see we have 8 different steps, right? Starting at number 1, all the way up to step number 8, where we see the completed floor lamp. What else is given is the lamp, different parts of this floor lamp, right? For example, the first part here is the lamp shade, right? Then we have our base, right? And here you can see at the end the lamp shade here, and then right there at the bottom we can see is the base, for example. Then the stand is also indicated here. Then we have a nut, a bracket, and then there's indication of what the screw look like. So those are all the items, right, that we will need to assemble this floor lamp. Now let's look at our first question. So question number 1A, it says, must the nut be screwed or unscrewed? Right, so I'll be looking here to make life easier at step number 4. Okay, so there we can see is our nut that's indicated. And also here on top we can see an arrow, direction. It's indicating some direction. And we would like to know what is that direction. Does it mean this nut must be screwed or unscrewed? If you look at it, we will agree that this nut must be unscrewed. Right, so that's clear, right? Our nut will be unscrewed in this case. Okay, guys, let's look at our next question. Question number 1B, it says, give the direction in which the nut should be turned. Okay, now in which direction will this nut be turned? So if I look at it, looking at again at the direction of the arrow, that simply means it will be anti-clockwise. We agree. Right, we know clockwise is other way around, okay? So to your right hand side. So in this case, we can also say it should be turned left, right? Again, look at the arrow that's indicated there. Or we can also say it should be counter-clockwise, right? So anti-clockwise, left, or counter-clockwise, we'll all accept as correct in this case. Guys, are we fine? Right, I'll be moving now to the third question. Question number C, it says, how many screws are needed to assemble the lamp shade? Right, so how many screws are needed to assemble the lamp shade? Now looking at step number 7, can you see here we indicated the screws, and there we can clearly see it says times 3. Okay, so therefore we will need 3 screws to assemble this lamp shade. Guys, are we fine? The 3 screws is indicated there in our diagram. We'll now be moving on to question number D. Right, so question number D, it says, which diagram is associated with the instruction join the stand to the base? Right, join the stand to the base. So which one will that be? Okay, now let's carefully look at what is happening here. Okay, so the stand is this one, right? And the base is this one. We agree. So that's the 2 items that I need to work with. Now looking at the diagram, I'm sure you'll agree that will be diagram 3. Here, step 3. Can you see? Because here is my stand and there's my base, and there we can see we are joining the 2 together. Okay, so therefore that will be in diagram number 3, where we join the stand, which is this part here, and the base, we join that 2 parts together. Guys, are we fine? All right, let's look at our next question. Question number E. It says the total height of the floor lamp is, in the picture, is 62 millimeters. Right, so that's the total height of the floor lamp in the picture itself. Determine the actual height in meters, so the height of it in real life, basically, that's what we need to determine, of the floor lamp if the scale of the diagram is 1:30, all right? So if the scale of the diagram is 1:30, so what does the scale actually mean? Simply means that 1 unit on this diagram equals or represents 30 units in reality. Okay, now let's see. We've indicated that the height is 62 millimeters. So therefore, I'll first start off by indicating the height on the picture or in the diagram, which is 62 millimeters. Right, so I'll take the 62 millimeters and I multiply it with the scale of 30. Right, so let's use our calculator. 62 multiplied by 30. That will give us an answer of 1,860 millimeters. Guys, remember it's still in millimeters because our measurement was given in millimeters. But now the question itself says, determine the actual height in meters. So therefore I must now convert from millimeters to meters. Right, quick question, how many millimeters in 1 meter? I agree with you, that's 1,000. So therefore, in order for us to convert from millimeters to meters, I'll use the conversion factor of 1,000. So therefore, I'll take 1,860 millimeters and I'll divide that by 1,000. Right, can you see my units are the same? Right, so therefore 1,860 divided by 1,000. So that will give me an answer of 1,86, and remember now my unit is meters, right? So I converted from millimeters to meters by using the conversion factor of 1,000. Guys, let me run through this one quick with you again. Remember, what are we saying? That the total height of the floor lamp, right, in the picture is 62 millimeters, right? We would like to know what is the actual height, meaning when I say actual height, I refer to meters, of the same floor lamp if the scale of the diagram is 1:30. I've indicated then what does this 1:30 mean. It simply means that 1 unit on this diagram equals to or represents 30 units in reality. Then I did the calculation by starting with the height of the lamp on the picture, right? So it's 62 millimeters. I multiplied that by the scale of 30. I've ended with 1,860 millimeters. But remember, we must determine the height in meters. Then I asked myself, how many millimeters in a meter? Came to the conclusion that that will be 1,000 millimeters equals 1 meter. Therefore, I use that conversion factor of 1,000 by saying then 1,860 divided by 1,000, I've ended with 1,86 meters. Guys, I hope that's clear to all of you. All right, let us take a quick advert break. After the break, we'll continue with our lesson. See you after the break.